Well, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Princess Secrets. Thank you all for joining me this evening. And we're just filming live, coming in from Louisville, Kentucky in Studio 2020. Now, my name is Norma Bryant Howard. I'm a relationship coach and fairy godmother to so many women out there in the world. And I am truly, truly happy to see all of you all who are coming in this evening because we've got people out on the West Coast, we've got people on the East Coast, I've got people down in the sunny Florida. I've got them coming from all over and have one friend who lives all the way over in Chiang Mai, Thailand. So we've got people from, I guess you could say, instead of saying from around the country, we have people coming from around the world. So I'm excited that you're here with us this evening. And the big, big, big news is this is our 50th show. So I'm going to clap myself. This is our 50th show. I can barely believe it myself, but I'm just so honored to have had so many guests on. I'm honored that so many people in the audience have just been hanging with me all these many months. And so this month, today's date is something like what, March the 26th. And I started exactly a year ago, started just about a year ago. So I'm excited for this evening. So, and I'm just waiting for people to just keep on coming in because we've got quite a show for you this evening. So if we have someone that's visiting with us in a state that usually doesn't visit with us, just put it in the chat. If you have a comment, just put it in the chat and let us know what's on your mind this evening. Let us know if it's cloudy in your area of the country. Is it sunny in your area of the country? Are you all having storms? I think we've been through all of that in the past 24 hours here in Kentucky. Clouds, rainstorms, and the threat of tornadoes. We have it all. If you don't like the weather that we're having, just go ahead and just stay here, as they say, for about 24 hours. Okay, so waiting for a few more people to come in, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to introduce our guests for this evening. I have been one excited little cookie all week long with the prospect of having our guest who lives all the way across the country. She is from Los Angeles. She's going to be coming to you this evening from Los Angeles, California. And I'm going to tell you just a little bit about her. She is absolutely an awesome young lady. So in honor of our 50th show, I've invited culinary content creator Kimlai Yingling. Kimlai Yingling. She is a food and travel writer, a culinary producer, and a food news curator. Kimlai Yingling. Kimlai has been on KTLA, the Hallmark Channel. She's been on the Food Network and the Today Show with work that's appeared in the Huffington Post, MSN, AOL, Entrepreneur, and the Daily Meal. Now, I tell you, this girl has got it going on. She's the editor-in-chief of EatinAsian.com. She's also the creator of the Spring Roll to Go kit. And she loves sharing her food and her travel experiences because, all around the world, we have different foods, different tastes, and different, creations of food that we can experience if we travel around the world. And Kimlai has done that. So at this time, because it's just about 5 after 7, that's Eastern Standard Time. I think it's about 5 after 4 out there on the West Coast. I think it's time to bring her on. So I'm going to say Los Angeles' own Kimlai. I'm on fire. Come on. Fireball.
Pick it up from the back end, just like wrapping a burrito. You're gonna tuck it in as you're rolling. Now we're only gonna do one end because we have the chives coming out the other end. Just gonna place the avocado on the board. You can hold the knife in place, give it a good whack on the side, give it a little twist, and look at that. Now to me, this sort of sounds like Food Network's Iron Chef. Now, by muddling up your greens, it actually releases the oils in the leaf, and the arugula is what's gonna give it that peppery taste. So it's gonna give it a little bit of a spicy kick. I'm on a mission to travel all around the country and find the best mashed up American food.
So here she is, editor-in-chief of EatinAsian.com. Here she is, Kimlai Yingling. Kim, how you doing this evening?
Hi, Norma. Congratulations on your 50th episode. That's such an accomplishment. That's pretty
Thank
awesome.
you.
Yes, and I'm
Thank
glad to
you.
be here for it.
Wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, so the audience can get to know just a little bit about you and how you even fell in love with food?
Absolutely. Well, my name is Kimlai, and I am here in LA right now. I moved to LA from Nashville, Tennessee. Before Nashville, I was in Washington State. That's where I was raised, in Washington State. And I just, you know what? I love food. I love the concept of being able to take so many or so few ingredients and be able to make this masterpiece with it. I think it's kind of very similar to like when a painter paints and you're painting with, you have all of these colors. You don't know if they're going to work, but you're going to play with them anyway, and it can create something so beautiful. And I feel that way with food. One, because there's so many different colors, so many different types of food available. You can experience so many different cultures just by learning different recipes. And it's like there's this huge canvas of ingredients that's accessible. Do you know what I'm saying? And then you're just like, you're this food artist that can just
food artist.
I just gave a new title.
I like that. Now let me ask you a crazy question.
Sure.
If there were anyone living or not living on the earth, who is this one person that you like to, they say, guess who's coming to dinner? Who you like to invite to dinner with you? You like to prepare an awesome meal with this person. You're living or dead. Someone in past history, current history, or could be the guy next door. Who would that person be?
Okay, don't laugh, but it would probably be Princess Diana.
Oh, Princess Diana.
Yes, I'm just fascinated with her, and I've always been fascinated with her, and I would love for her to come to my house and have tea with me and talk about the things that happened when she was younger. I would love that.
I love it. I love your English accent. You do that quite well.
Okay, I didn't know what was going to come out, to be honest with you.
I like that. I really do like that.
Thanks.
And do you look at preparing food? Like so many of us, myself included, I hate to admit it, just look at preparing food as just work. It's hard work. It's drudgery. We just don't like it. What can you tell us the people like myself who just don't really enjoy going in the kitchen and preparing? What can you tell us to inspire us?
You know what? It's funny that you would say that, because I was actually thinking about this the other day, because, so many times when you're with, well, before COVID, but when you're with friends and stuff, and it's like, oh, I'm so hungry. My first thought is, ooh, okay, let me go to my house and I can make this and we can do this. And it's like, no, Kimlai, that's going to take like 45 minutes. Let's just run over to a fast food spot. I didn't grow up on fast food. So for me, cooking, it's not a chore. It's just something or preparing your meals. It's not a chore. It's just something we did. I enjoy it very, very much. It's very therapeutic for me. It just, I don't know. It takes me out of whatever I might be involved in doing, or maybe, I just need to rest my brain a little bit. A lot of times when I am so busy trying to create another recipe or trying to do something work related, I keep looking over there. My office is over there. Okay. I will come into the kitchen and I'll start baking something, or I'll Google a recipe. I need to be working on a recipe, but my brain's a little stuck. So I'll just go, making things just kind of allows me to escape a bit. But I know a lot of people have a hard time, like, oh my gosh, you have to like, there's so much work, like these apples, the apple things that I made. I don't even know what the stuffed apples. You know, it took a little bit of work, but I don't look at it like that. I've never looked at it like that. It would probably be different if I had a man and someone like asked me what time dinner was going to be ready. It would probably be a different story. But because there's no pressure for me to cook, because I've always enjoyed cooking so much, part of the preparation is all a part of that. So I look at the whole thing as a whole package. You know, when I have dinner parties, I will, oh my God, I just love prepping stuff. I love prepping it. I love getting it ready. I love serving it. And then when people are usually eating, I'm having a cocktail. It's like, I don't know, from start to finish, I love it. You know, it's not for everybody. Just like being an accountant is not for everybody. Being a doctor is not for everybody, you know? So if you don't love it and you don't enjoy doing it, like I go to the grocery store every week. I love it. Nobody ever wants to go with me because it's not I'm going to run in and run out. I literally will walk up every aisle. I just love looking at things. Last night, I caught myself, there's a new grocery store and there's a huge liquor store inside the grocery store. And it's like, oh, let me just go check it out. I walked up every single aisle just to look, just to get an idea on prices, just see what's available. You know what I mean?
You were born to do this.
My mom is crazy. When stuff's on sale, huh?
I just want to know, what did you have in mind? First of all, we want to know what's in that cup, that glass. And then we want to know, what do you have in mind for the audience tonight that you're going to prepare? She's actually going to prepare something in her kitchen. And it's going to be a romantic, aphrodisiac type of food. I don't even know what it's going to be. I wanted her to surprise me. Tell us what it is.
Okay, well, first off, I made it by the countdown. You said you were like, you have 2 minutes, and I was like, I wanted to have a cocktail. It's funny watching the clips that Brian put together. It's like, I think I have a cocktail in my hand on every single clip. That's so interesting. So this is a dragon fruit margarita. So I just took some dragon fruit, some lime, some agave, ice, and tequila, and made a yummy, yummy, healthy cocktail.
Oh, I like that healthy cocktail. Absolutely healthy. Okay. All right.
Okay. So the things that I wanted to share with you tonight and your viewers are all things that are considered like aphrodisiacs. The only thing I don't have is chocolate, because I feel like that would have been a given. You know, it's like whenever you're talking about meals to make, like romantic meals or things you should do for a date, it's like, ooh, chocolate or chocolate covered strawberries, and it's like, let me steer away from that a little bit and just do some other things that maybe people might be familiar with, maybe people might not be too familiar with, right?
Right, absolutely.
I want to do one. I'll explain what the others are, but the other 4 or 5. But I want to start one now because I want to get it into the oven, because I want to reveal it together with you, because it's the first time I'm actually doing this one. So this is a cheesy fondue with bread balls around it.
Okay, all right. Okay.
So you're going to take baking sheets and some paper, parchment paper. You don't want to use wax paper because wax paper doesn't withstand the heat in the oven. So that's why you always want to use parchment paper.
Parchment, okay.
Okay. So you're going to take some brie. I love this. You know, I see people doing this and it's like, ooh, I mean, that's nice. And Norma, this doesn't take a lot of time either. So you're going to take either brie or camembert cheese. Both of them are very good melting cheeses. So you take the whole thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, nice. You can see that. You take the whole thing, and it has an outer rind that is edible, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna just put that. I'm like, I hope this works. I'm gonna just set that middle of the pan. And now, earlier, I made some little dough balls, okay? Now you can go, these are like milk bread balls.
Okay.
So they're not baked yet, obviously. I'm gonna bake them with the cheese, okay? So you can go into the store. Okay, this is great, especially for people that you don't have to make the dough from scratch like I did, okay? You can go pick up some dough at the store that is not baked yet.
How about Sister Schubert's? Could I use that?
What is that?
Oh my goodness. She said that.
Wait, what is Sister Schubert's?
Oh my goodness. Sister Schubert's Rose.
Tell me.
It is Sister Schubert's Rose. And she has them pre-packaged and they're dinner rolls, but it's dough. And you just take the dough balls out and put them on a cookie sheet for 25 minutes. And when you open the stove up, you have dinner rolls.
Yes, of course.
Okay. I wonder if they sell them out there in Los Angeles.
Well, I don't know. I haven't heard of those out here. It could be a Southern thing.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
Right?
Right. It could be. So
I'm just going to lay these out so that they're a little bit apart from each other, but when they bake, they'll be together.
Wow.
We'll see. We'll see, Norma, if this turns out. But the point of this one is you're going to have the flavors. We're going to also add a little bit of orange marmalade on top of the brie when we're getting ready to serve it. But this is a great platter, cheese platter, you know, like you have either a friend's coming over or you are trying to entertain a man friend.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like you bring this out and it's like, ooh, you guys can dunk and dough together. We'll do it here in a minute. So I got the oven at 350. I'm just going to pop it in. Okay. We're going to hope this is going to work. It's going to work.
Okay. I'm sure it will.
Right? Oh, whoops. Hold on. You have to, hold on. You have to spray the bread with water.
Okay, with water. All right.
There we go. Yep. A little bit of water. It's a little moist on the top. Okay, popping that in for 25 minutes, okay?
25 minutes, okay.
There we go. Now we're just gonna hope that it'll turn out. It'll turn out. Okay. Do you have any questions yet, Norma? Are you hungry?
Well, you said something about marmalade. What are you gonna do with the marmalade?
I'm going to, once that comes out of the oven and it's all hot and melty and the dough is all nice and soft and chewy, I'm going to put some orange marmalade on top of the brie. So when you take your bread and you're dunking it in the creamy brie, you're going to get a little bit of that tangy tart from the orange marmalade. So it's just like a burst of flavor in your mouth.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
How is that?
How sensuous.
Exactly. And you could feed each other, or you could just take your own bite.
Absolutely.
And dunk and look into each other's eyes.
Right. I've got a confession. I've never bought brie in my life. I need to ask myself, why is this? I've seen it in the store, but I've never bought it.
Mm-hmm. You know what, Norma? It's also great is this is another one like for people that want to like make something considered kind of extravagant, but it's not going to take a lot of work. You go buy a package of the phyllo dough.
Phyllo dough, okay.
It's puff pastry, you know, very flaky.
Very flaky, I know that.
Pastry, and you get some of that, and you put your brie in the middle or your camembert in the middle, and you just fold it up, and then you put a little water on the edges to kind of seal it in. Bake it. Unbelievable. And I had crackers too, because you can also just put some fancy schmancy crackers out just in case people aren't really into, you know, eating too much bread.
Right. Okay,
right?
all right.
How's that? So it's like cheesy fondue. You're making your own cheesy fondue without a waterfall.
Okay, all right.
How's that?
Right. And we've got guests who are coming in tonight. Let's see, Celeste Turner says hi, and Dorinda She said, nice, sounds good. Linda Kane said she's been looking forward to the show, and my daughter, Laurie Howard Trial, says hello. So everybody, if they didn't know you, they know you now, Kimlai. If they didn't know you, they know you now, because Kimlai's all over the place. She's everywhere.
I've heard my jeans, they keep falling down. I guess that's a good problem.
That's a real good problem.
Yikes.
That's a real good problem.
Time to get some belts. Okay.
So what's next? What's next, Kimlai?
Okay, what's next? Let's see. Which one do I want to do next? Okay, how about this one? This is going to be a shortcut. So earlier you were talking about people that, might not necessarily like to prepare foods, prepare ingredients. Okay, this one is exactly for those kind of people. Okay.
Myself included.
Okay, well, here you go. And this is great. This is my take on strawberry shortcake without actually making a strawberry shortcake.
Okay.
Okay. So I have, and you can buy this too. I have some milk bread that I made earlier. You don't have to make it, but it's sweetened. I use like coconut cream, so it's a sweet bread. You can go to the grocery store, okay, and buy a pound cake.
Oh, a pound cake.
Okay, buy yourself a pound cake. You're going to slice it up. Now remember, this isn't a pound cake, but it's a sweet bread. It's a sweet milk bread, okay?
Where did you find that?
I made it.
Oh, that's right. You did say you made it. Okay, you made it. All right. Okay.
I made it from scratch.
Oh, well, you go, girl.
But again, remember, if people don't want to do that, it's okay. So I had this mini cheese platter. Okay. And I'm like, oh, well, what, I don't really you can't really put a whole lot in here. But then talking to you about your show, it's like, oh my gosh, you can use this for dessert for two, okay? So what we're going to do, you're going to take your pound cake or your yummy sugary milk bread, and you're just going to lay out the few pieces inside. Got it?
Got it. Got it.
Take some fresh washed strawberries. Okay, and you're just going to slice them. Anybody can slice a strawberry. Yes?
Even I can do that.
There you go. See that? Just going to slice your strawberry up. Now, most of the time, like with the strawberry shortcake, you're going to have like a strawberry syrup that goes on the top.
Right.
But not this one. This is simple. All right. Pound cake, can you see that? Oh yeah, you can kind of see it, right?
We see that.
Okay, so you got your pound cake or your milk bread. You're just gonna lay the strawberry pieces over that you've sliced up. Yum, yum. All
right, okay.
Lay them over like that. And then you're gonna take some caramel sauce.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
You're gonna take caramel sauce. Boom. Just like this. Got strawberry seeds everywhere. Look at this. Just gonna.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
You and the date could make that together.
Exactly. Okay. So look, your date's coming over. Oh my God, I don't have a lot of time. What can I make for dessert? Go ahead and do this. Pop the lid over it.
Oh, that is so pretty.
Set it aside.
Oh,
and
that's
you are ready when dessert comes. He's going to be like, ooh, what's that? It is dessert for two.
Dessert for two. I like that.
That caramel sauce is going to soak into those sliced strawberries and into the pound cake or bread, whatever you're using.
Oh my gosh.
Forks and boom, there you go. It's like,
oh my goodness. I tell you, my mouth is watering already.
How simple is that?
So yummy.
That requires no effort, and it's so beautiful. Wait, oh, you can't even see it anymore. It's like,
I have one of those. I never use it.
Me neither.
That is so beautiful.
Norma, this is the first time I'm using this. It literally is just in my cupboard because I'm like, what am I supposed to put in that? Like when I have dinner parties, you can fit one donut in here.
Right, but you can put two slices of sweetbread or pound cake and have dessert for two.
And it's pretty. Like, this is a presentation.
Oh,
right?
that's quite a
Every
presentation.
day of the day. So a way to anyone's heart is through their stomach.
Absolutely.
Yep. Okay, I also wanted to share something with you real quick while I'm looking at it. Glassware. So obviously it's good. You know, I think bubbles are good if you don't drink. I mean, there's bubbles for non-alcoholic bubbles and there's alcoholic bubbles. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think bubbles are just, they're fun. And I think it's a great way, like anytime if I'm having a party, well, when we start having parties again, I want to have like glasses of bubbles at the front door. So when people come, they just grab a glass of bubbles. But if you're entertaining and you have a guy, whoever coming over, you can have some bubbles, you know, have some sparkling something, whether it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic, because I think it just lightens everything up. It makes things
kind of sets the mood, sort of sets the
totally
mood.
sets the mood. And if you're drinking the champagne, it's going to really set the mood. So that's all.
Absolutely. What about a sparkling grape juice?
Exactly. Ooh, grape is my favorite. Mixed with a little tequila. No, I'm just kidding. I'm a huge tequila fan. But look at all of these different glasses that we use for cocktails. You know, you can use them not just for cocktails, you can also use them to put treats in. Like, I had these apples, and I didn't want to dirty, yeah, I'm gonna go and do one. So it's like, here's a little martini glass, okay? Here's a baked apple, a baked stuffed apple that I did earlier. We're gonna talk about these in a minute, but look at this. You could also serve it in the glass. And actually,
how nice.
Which
What
is
a great idea.
Right? And it's cleaner than even eating it on a plate because everything is within the glass. It doesn't really leave room for any ice cream, but that's okay. I mean, no one wants to feel all, you know, during a date. Right?
Absolutely. That's a great idea.
All of these are like pretty healthy. But look at these little wine shot glasses. I pulled these out and I was like, oh my God, these are great for like little nuts. So like right before dinner, you could like put one down in front of each plate, and then you've got a perfectly portioned set of nuts. So
that's perfect.
Munch on your nuts.
Perfect. I never would have thought of that. That's a great idea. That's a great idea.
So while we're talking about the cocktails, I wanted to show you, remember these love cubes? I keep using
What are love cubes? What are love cubes?
They might all be stuck together because they're getting wet. Okay, these are ice cubes, okay? Now inside the ice cubes, when I put the ice cubes, the ice in the water in the tray, I added some basil and mint leaves.
Oh, wow.
Just one, the presentation is nicer. It takes a little to no effort. But if you've got friends coming over and stuff, you can also put fruit inside. Say you're like serving a pitcher of sweet tea.
Right.
You have some ice cubes, you know, and have them loaded with blueberries or strawberries or peaches.
Oh, what a great idea. I love it.
Right? And it doesn't take a lot of time, but or effort. I really like using the Scotch cubes. They're just a bigger square ice cube.
Because where do you get those? Where do you get the tray from? Where do you get the tray
Amazon.
Amazon.
I just got it from
Amazon. Oh my goodness.
And there's like, my trays are like, there's 6 cubes per tray, but they last longer because it drives me nuts when I have all these little teeny little ice cubes. And then it's like, I think I'm taking a drink and then I choke on a cube and it's like, plus when you're doing cocktails, these are also better because it's not going to water down your drink too quickly. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. Norma.
And do they actually come in a heart shape? Are they in a heart shape? What shape are they?
They're square, but they have all different shapes. I just called them love cubes. I was joking.
Oh, okay. All right.
They're not shaped in a heart, but they do have different shapes that you can buy.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a great idea. Great tip. We're picking up, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you will agree with me. This is my viewers out here that we are picking up a lot of good tips and a lot of good ideas from Kimlai, who just is just full of ideas. Never in a million years would I ever think of serving a baked apple inside of a cocktail glass. That was a good one, and would make such a beautiful presentation.
Mm-hmm. It's super simple, you know? So
Yes.
what do you think so far?
I think it is great. Are there any other foods that you consider as being a true aphrodisiac foods? That
Yes.
would, some people really believe that, some people don't. I do believe it. I do believe it. And there's a difference. I wouldn't call a big old chicken leg. I wouldn't call that a fried chicken leg. I wouldn't call that an aphrodisiac. But maybe if it were something like with oysters, I think it's under the heading of an aphrodisiac, or shrimp or something like that, or lobsters.
And a lot of the reasons, like figs, are considered an aphrodisiac because the way they look like a female body part. So I have Medjool Dates. It's another one. It looks like when you cut it in half, it's just a visually sensual piece of fruit.
Okay.
And then I'll show you the Medjool date recipe, because with that you add the chili pepper on top, and that is considered, the chili pepper is a stimulator. So this is when we're talking about aphrodisiac foods like chocolate. There's an ingredient in chocolate. When eaten in large amounts, it does excite. It excites you. But you have to eat a large amount. Okay.
A large amount.
It's still fun, it's so heavy. It's still fun to think about all of that, right?
Absolutely.
So with this one, I am using Medjool Dates. And the reason I'm using the Medjool Dates is because these are like the king of dates. They are considered an aphrodisiac. And the reason I also like these dates is because they are very big, which makes them great for stuffing, putting things inside of them. But you do have to, there is a little seed inside. But without getting too graphic, like when you open it up and you remove the seeds, so it looks like a body.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You can stuff these with whatever you want. I'm going to stuff them with goat cheese, because when people take a bite, it's going to be sweet and a little salty. And then I've got the chili pepper. I'm going to use Hatch chili powder actually on the top. So you're getting a little sweet, salty, spicy. Okay.
Okay. All in one mouthful.
All in one mouthful. And this is another quick recipe that anybody can do. And let me tell you, I know some people, they think about dates and it's like, ugh, I don't date. There's over thousands of different types of dates in the whole United States.
Wow.
Yeah. And so definitely, if you have an opportunity to try, if you see a date that maybe I don't know, I've never tried that, just get one or two and just at least try.
That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
I think you should always try. How do you know? Just because you turn 20 doesn't mean your taste buds stop. Aren't there foods when you were younger you didn't like, but when you were older you like?
Absolutely.
Your taste buds don't stop.
Now, do you go to a market? A specialty market to get those dates, or can you just find them at your local Ralph's or Kroger store?
I'm pretty sure. Did I see Medjool Dates in Ralph's the other day? I got these at the Middle Eastern market.
Middle Eastern market. Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm pretty sure. It's a common date, but maybe not common because you don't really think about it. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
you're not looking either.
Exactly. Just like there's someone's driving a car that you've never noticed before. And now you've seen his car. That's the only car you notice.
Right. Absolutely.
So,
And that's it.
and you know what, Norma? They're so chewy and sweet, and
Wow.
they literally taste like caramel. And
Wow.
I'm not kidding. And I'm not a date fan. So the only reason I got these is because I really wanted to try this recipe. And I wanted to see after you bake them if they really are sweeter, because a lot of times when you bake any type of fruit or vegetable, the sugars tend to rise to the top. And so it does make them sweeter. And oh, they were good. It's like,
And once again, that is, you said goat cheese that you're putting in there?
I am putting in goat cheese. Yes. So
goat
it's not a very strong cheese. And do you see how simple this is to do?
Oh, that's easy.
Exactly.
And so my sister's on here saying these ideas are so good.
Really? Hi, sister.
Yes.
You know, these are, I don't know. I wanted to just come up with simple things because, I mean, okay, when you go on a date, it's stressful enough just trying to think about the date itself. Or when you're having a guy over for dinner, it's just, oh my God, it's already so stressful. So why stress out about the food? You know, like this gives you more time to think about the conversation and just to have that time to get to know each other. So make some simple foods that might look like they took a long time, but they didn't, you know?
Okay, right. Now what are you sprinkling on the
I
dates?
am dusting them with a little bit of hatch chilies.
Hatch chili.
Yes, let me tell you something. You know those big bags that you see any store, a regular market, a Mexican market, an Asian market, they're bags of dried chilies.
Okay.
Get them, stick them in a coffee grinder, and make your own chili flakes. It's that simple. That simple.
All right.
Oh, you can't really see them, but you've got these little yummy.
Oh, yes. Oh, that looks. I wish I had one right now. Me and all the viewers, we wish we had one right now because that looks really, really tasty.
Really are, Norma.
I mean, just something that's inviting, and also letting our date know that we know how to cook.
Yes, and these dates say, "Ooh, what are we doing after dinner?"
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, I'm getting a kick out of myself.
Now you've done a lot of traveling and tasting around the world. Can you tell us the country, not the state? Can you tell us a country that you think has the most incredible food that you've been to, you've tasted it, and you said, "Oh, I wish I could go back to this country every week and visit it just because the food is so darn delicious."
Okay, well, Norma, I've only been to one other country. And that would be Vietnam.
Okay.
But it just so happens that Vietnamese food is my favorite type of food.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I would love to be able to go back to Vietnam and just spend a month or two just soaking in the people, the culture, and the food. I would love, not like a popular restaurant, but I would love to go to some mom and pop restaurant and just have the opportunity to work with them all day, every day, if I don't care for how long, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and just really learn more about Vietnamese cuisine, you know, that you might not necessarily pick up from friends or family, but
right.
that you would definitely learn from people that are doing it day in and day out and who are using recipes that they've been using for years, you know?
Right. Because my son has been to Vietnam, and he said that he just fell in love with the food. He fell in love with the food. But he did make one statement about there's one food that he said that seems to be universal around the world. And tell me if you agree with this. Something that's universal around the world, which is chicken. He says every country he went to, there was chicken in Croatia and chicken in I don't know, Morocco and chicken, but a different way of preparing. So do you agree with that statement that that's a universal dish around the world?
Is chicken?
Is chicken.
I don't know about that, but I would debate that with Brian off camera. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what he said. It seems to be chicken all the way around the world. You can do so much with it, Well, you just think about it in our country, you do so much with chicken. You can do a lot with. Go to Costco and get that big bag, and you'll find out how many different ways you can come up to prepare meals with chicken.
Narma, I just called my neighbor this morning and told her she's going to Costco to pick me up 2 chickens because I need to make pho broth.
What are you making?
Pho broth. Pho.
Pho?
Chicken stock.
Oh, okay. Chicken stock. Okay.
Yeah. Boil the bones. Well, eat the chicken, boil the bones.
And then use the bones to make your own stock.
Oh, yes. For pho. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Pho is a Vietnamese soup. But
and is that spelled P-H-O?
Yeah. Yes.
It miraculously came up on the screen. Chicken pho. P-H-O.
Pho. Okay. Yes, not pho. It's pho.
Chicken pho.
Well, wait, Margaret, do we have any questions? Is anyone asking any questions about any of the food or about your?
Well, let's see. Linda Kane says that you're cute and you have a great sense of humor, but she didn't ask anything about the food. Come on.
I think she's talking about you. I think she's talking about you.
Ask a question. Somebody out there in the audience, can you ask a question? My sister said, my daughter loves food. Pho. My daughter loves pho. My sister, she says her daughter loves it. But does anybody have any kind of questions? It could be about the types of Aphrodisiac foods or anything like that. Because what I want to ask Kimlai is the question about, she made a dessert. This dessert is so good. I'm thinking about getting on the plane in the morning, going all the way out to Los Angeles, California, and have her prepare this meal for me. And it is apple Betty with blueberries and peaches, and it's in a cocktail glass, or was it a dessert, or was it a drink?
Okay, I did the apples instead today. But when you're making any type of crisp or any type of what do you usually call it? A peach cobbler, any type of cobbler. And you're usually cooking it in a baking dish. So I wanted to just find a new way, just like I showed you the apples earlier in the martini glasses. You can serve, instead of serving them in little bowls, with the side of ice cream, put them in the martini glass.
That's such a great idea.
It's like, don't just save your cocktail, your drinkware for when you're having cocktails. You can also use them. There's some really nice drinkware glasses. And you probably have a lot up in the cupboard that are just like, I'm just saving them for a special occasion.
Yes, I do.
Every night is a special occasion. Every time you eat is a special occasion.
Right. Because I decided about a year or so ago that, no one was here at the house with me, but I said I was going to put a placemat on the table and eat from a real plate using real silverware, using a water goblet with a stem on it, and just, celebrate me, although nobody was here but me at that time.
Exactly. Why not?
Absolutely. Ooh,
right?
What is Kimlai pulling? Oh, my goodness. What is Kimlai pulling out of the oven?
So this is the rolls. It actually turned out. I'm happy. And then this is how you would serve it, except I would probably, if this cheese, ooh, no, the cheese is very, ooh. Okay, so you're gonna take your entire baking sheet. This is what we put in the oven a little bit ago with your rolls. And you're going to put it onto a serving platter, just like this one. I would cut this. You can't really take the paper off because the cheese is melted on it. So I would cut around a little bit the parchment paper. And this is another, you can use those beveled edge scissors, you know, and create a nice little edge. Here you go. And this is what I was talking about with our marmalade. So let me grab a spoon. Check out this cheese. You want to remove the top layer. Now the top layer is the rind. It is edible, but in order to get into this ooey gooiness, you have to remove, oh my God, Norma, I wish you could see this.
Oh my goodness. My mouth is
Really
watering.
up close, see this. Oh, okay, hold on. I'm gonna just cut that like that. Oof. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Norma,
that looks so delicious.
you got the
Oh
milk.
my goodness.
Ooey.
That is just exquisite. That is
So,
exquisite.
what you're going to do now is, oh, I don't want that to fall in there. You're going to take a little bit of the marmalade. You don't have to do this. It just adds another element of flavor. You know what? I'm not even sure if I'm going to like this, so I'm going to put just a little bit.
Oh, I think you're going to like it. You're going to like it. I haven't tasted it and I like it.
Ooh. Oh, it looks beautiful. Wow. Okay.
You just made fondue.
Ooh.
Dipping fondue.
Ooh, look at your, ooh. The rolls turned out great. Let's see. I'm going to take one for the team.
Please do. Please do.
Look at this. Ooh.
Oh, ooey and gooey.
Oh, this looks amazing.
Oh my goodness.
I wish you could try this.
Oh my goodness. Oh, we wish we had some. Oh, that sounds so good.
Wow.
We're going to try it. We're all going to try it, Kimlai.
Wow.
We're going to try it. Oh, that looks so good.
I definitely recommend the marmalade because it does add another element of flavor. It might sound weird, but mixed in with the flavor of the cheese.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sounds so good. Well, you have given us a lot of good tips, a lot of good ideas, things that just didn't cross most people's mind. And you know, with your serving dishes that you might have, and we just put stuff in the back of our pantry. It keeps going back further and further and further. We need to use, after this past year teaching us all a lesson, we need to use what we've got. But before Kim gets off, I want Kim just to tell us a little bit about her. She has a kit that she sells, and it's called the Spring Roll to Go Kit. And when I found out about her Spring Roll to Go Kit, and I don't want my granddaughter to be listening in, hopefully she's not, because I ordered for my granddaughter Kimlai's Spring Roll to Go Kit, and she sells it all across the United States. And I ordered it for my granddaughter for her birthday. Okay, is that it there?
Did you get it? Oh, there it is.
Is that it, Kimlai?
Yes. Did you get the kit yet?
We got the kit yesterday, and I am so excited. I didn't open it. I'm gonna let her open it.
I put her name on the box.
Okay, her name's on the box. I saw her name on the box. And just tell the audience just a little bit about what the Spring Roll to Go Kit is. What is that?
Okay, so the kit is filled with all of the Asian essentials to create your own spring rolls at home. So Vietnamese spring rolls, they're popular, you know, and it is a like a salad wrapped up in rice paper, but it's a fresh spring roll. It's called, in Vietnamese, it's called goi kun. And when you have, we have the fresh ones, and then we have the fried chai yaw, which is the fried Vietnamese egg rolls. So in the kit, you have your rice paper and your drying racks for the rice paper. You've got your vermicelli noodles and the essential sauces that you need to create a peanut sauce and a Vietnamese dipping sauce called nước chấm. And the recipe cards, there's 2 recipes included for the sauce, and then there is a 1-page sheet that tells you everything that's included, what you need to go buy at the store, which is your lettuce, cucumbers, your protein, whether you want tofu, tofu, chicken, beef, shrimp, or none of those. You could just make it a veggie wrap.
Right.
And it gives you step-by-step instructions on how to put the spring roll kit together. What is amazing about the kits are, I like that people are ordering them and sending them to other people, and they're opening them all together on Zoom. So they're each having their own kit to open, and then they're making the spring rolls on Zoom.
Have a Zoom party.
Yeah,
Zoom party.
I really like that.
I love it.
One lady, she was sending them to our kids in college, which is also great because there's not, maybe some of the colleges don't necessarily have kitchen, a full kitchen.
Oh, right. No, they don't. You're right. Absolutely.
So this allows them to, make some sauces and make their own spring rolls, and then they can make noodle bowls with this kit as well. The next time I go back on Talk Shop Live, I will be doing how I'm going to give the recipe on how to make a Vietnamese noodle dish that you can use from that spring roll kit. But we have another kit coming out very soon as well that is Vietnamese related with some Vietnamese.
I tell you, I am excited. I can't wait for my granddaughter to open this. We haven't told her. She'll be 13, but if I had told her, she would have already made sure we got in there. I have learned so much. And Kimlai is such a wonderful person. She comes on, she has her own EatinAsian.com site, and she comes on, I've seen her several times on, Facebook. I've seen her on Facebook Live. And she has a following of people. She has a following, and she's been everywhere. She's a wonderful young lady, and I'm just so thankful that I have met her. She's confident, and she gets an idea in her head. She's fearless, and I would call her a food genius. She's a food creator. I call her a food genius. And maybe if she could just kind of like wave through the air and let the vibes come through the air, and then one day I'm going to tell everybody, Kimlai, I just love cooking.
You never know.
I don't really love it like that, but I would call a food genius, and she puts different things together, and her mind is constantly going on things that she does. And she's all the way out in Los Angeles, California, and she does her cooking shows, and she's extraordinary. And I'm just so excited that she's on our show this evening and has graced our presence. She's given us a lot of thoughts.
You're so awesome. You're too kind.
Can you give us some concluding words, Miss Kimlai Yingling?
Yeah, well, Norma,
concluding thoughts, okay?
Well, I'll tell you what. I want to know what you think a romantic dinner is.
Well, I would say a romantic dinner would be.
Don't say chicken.
Oh, no, I'm not going to say chicken.
The universal food, according to Brian.
I'm going to say lobster.
Ooh.
I'm going to say asparagus. I'm going to say, what goes good with lobster out there? But baked potatoes. I'm going to say, some kind of fancy dessert. Maybe starting off with bubblies and having the fancy dessert. And I'm going to really use this idea of putting dessert in a glass, in a cocktail glass. I think that is extraordinary.
Norma, do you want me to show you how to make the stuffed apple real quick?
Yeah.
You sure? Do we have time?
Please stick around. And she's going to show us how she does the stuffed apple. That was so beautiful.
I mean, this is just because it's your 50th show. We should end with
absolutely
bang, bang, bang. So
absolutely.
I just wanted to show you real quick because this is super, super simple. The peach and the blueberry, yes, that tastes good. And you're going to make that just like you would a cobbler. But, you know, I don't know about you all, but I always have apples. And I don't necessarily like apples. I mean, I like apples, but not, I want to cook them or I want to do something with them, you know?
Right,
yes.
Right.
So I did these baked, well, first I stuffed them with a sugary oatmeal mix and then I baked them. But it's like the perfect, you give, each person gets one apple, right? So I just wanted to show you real quick how simple this was to make, okay? And then you can make them yourself. So this is, I want this to inspire people to get into the kitchen.
Okay.
Right? Okay,
Right.
so watch how simple this is. You're gonna take a little bit of melted butter, about 3 tablespoons, give or take. And then we're going to take about a half a cup, maybe a quarter cup of some oatmeal, those instant oats, okay? Some brown sugar, but I'm gonna use monk sugar. You can use whatever sugar you want, about half of a quarter of a cup. You can always add more sugar. And then your spices. So we've got a little bit of cinnamon. Let's see. I like to add nutmeg and cloves. I'm a huge cloves fan. Not only is this super, super quick and easy to make, it makes your house smell amazing. So when someone walks through your door, they're like, whoa, it smells like you've been cooking for days in here, right? Not that you have to be in the kitchen cooking. My gosh, we're not like in the 40s.
Right, absolutely.
Or 30s or 20s. I could totally have my dates off. Okay, and then look, you're just gonna mix it up. And that's your mixture that's gonna go inside the apple. That's it. You're gonna hit your stove at 350. You're gonna take an apple, okay? If you have a corer, that's ideal because you literally pop it in and it takes the core out. That's how simple that is. Now, if you don't have a corer, you're just gonna use a spoon and take the inside out. But now, look, you have a hole.
Wow.
Now, everybody has a little loaf pan, I'm assuming. Perfect. This is perfect for 2 apples. See, it's not, sometimes people think too, it's like, oh my God, it takes so long because you have to bake so many things. You can bake, oh my gosh, we should do a thing, baking for 2, baking for 1. And then all you're gonna do is take a spoon and you're going to fill up the hole with this mixture. Fill her up, fill her up. That's it.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? And then you're gonna put it in the oven for about 25 minutes. I mean, just watch it, you'll see. You're gonna pull this out and there you go. You've got these beautiful stuffed apples. And of course, once you cook the apple, it's gonna be a lot sweeter than when just a regular, when it wasn't cooked, because the cooking is gonna bring out all of the
all the sweetness. Oh, that was, they could put a little ice cream or Cool Whip or something like that on the top of it.
Exactly, Norma. There you go.
As you were telling that story, I have my trusty red ink pen here with me, and I was jotting down that recipe. I'm like, I'm not going to let this get by me. I jotted down that recipe with my trusty red pen.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, that looks, my friend Celeste Turner says it looks yummy. My cousin Crystal from Texas says yummy. Celeste lives all the way out in near you, out in Las Vegas, and my cousin's from Texas. And I mean, that is a great idea, because how many people out there are guilty of throwing away apples because you had them in a fruit bowl on the corner of the pantry, I mean the sink or something, and when you go back and check, you knew they'd been there a while, you end up throwing them away. And that's not good. That's not good. No,
But this is a way, you can kind of bring them back to life.
absolutely. Well, I might even do that one this evening. I might do
Yeah.
that one this evening.
Yeah, and you don't even have to stuff them, Norma. I mean, you could chop them up, put them in the loaf pan, and throw some of this topping on top and stick it in the oven.
Now that's a great idea. That's
Easy.
a great idea. I mean, she's as full of ideas. I mean, Kimlai is full of ideas. So we know why she's called the food genius because she thinks of
You
stuff.
called me
And
that.
I'm calling you that. That's my new name for you, Kimlai, is the food genius because she thinks of stuff that we normally don't think of. And isn't she cute with that little haircut? I just love that haircut. You're just adorable.
I know,
So,
watching all those clips at the beginning, it's like, wow, look at all my hair.
you had it, but it's cut short now. We love it. We love it. And the guests, they that's visiting with us this evening, they just love you. And maybe you could come back another time for just as our guest another time because you've got some good ideas. And when we invite you back, we know you're gonna have even more. We're gonna have even more. So
Anything for you.
thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you being a part of our show this evening, The Princess Secrets, and what we can do. You said it's what?
The big 5-0.
I'm not 50. If anybody
missed it. Show.
50th show.
Yes.
5-0. She is right. This is the 50th show of The Princess Secrets, which blows my mind. I just absolutely cannot believe that we've done 50 shows, and to celebrate the 50th show with Kimlai Yingling is a real honor to me. It's a real honor to me. I really appreciate it, and we're going to get together real soon. So thank you so much. We're going to wind down the evening. Thank you so much. I know everybody has really enjoyed the show for tonight, and to all of my viewers who come in every week. You can find me here again next Friday night, same time, same place, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So I love you all. Thank you so very much, and good evening. Bye-bye. Thank you, Kimlai.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.